You know that feeling? The one where you almost hit delete on a random tweet, just another noise in the endless crypto feed? Yeah, that was me. 1 minute, I was scrolling mindlessly, the next, I was down a rabbit hole so deep I forgot what sunlight looked like. 48 hours later, I'd thrown $2,000, not exactly pocket change for me, at a token with a name so obscure, nobody could pronounce it, let alone spell it. Fast forward 6 months, and that $2,000 wasn't just $2,000 anymore. It was $200,000. Life-changing money. Subscribe and share this video. This isn't some fairy tale, and it certainly wasn't pure luck, though luck always plays its hand. This is the exact, play-by-play breakdown of how I spotted a micro-capped gem before it absolutely detonated, the free, overlooked tools I used, and the one screaming metric that made me sit up and say, this is it. All while everyone else was just doom scrolling, waiting for the next big thing to be spoon-fed to them. So, if you're tired of chasing pumps and want to learn how to truly hunt smarter, stick around. Section 1, the screaming metric. Let's be real, I'm no chart wizard. My coding skills extend to, well, 0. But what I can do, and what anyone with an internet connection can do, is open Etherscan and read. That's it. Simple as that. I stumbled upon this token, and at first glance, nothing screamed by me. It was sitting at a humble $3 million market cap, practically invisible in the vast ocean of crypto projects. But then I looked deeper. I checked the daily on-chain transfer volume, and my jaw nearly hit the floor. This tiny, $3 million project was processing more daily transaction volume than Coin's 10, even 20 times its size. Think about that for a second. It's like seeing your local corner store pulling more foot traffic than a supersized Walmart on Black Friday. Something's clearly up, right? This wasn't just a discrepancy, it was a blaring siren. People were actually using this thing, moving real value around, far beyond what its market cap suggested. I screen grabbed those numbers, tossed them into a ridiculously sloppy spreadsheet, because who needs fancy analytics when you have raw data? And watched. For 10 straight days, that ratio kept widening. The gap between its market valuation and its actual utility was growing. That, my friends, was my undeniable green light. It signaled genuine utility and organic demand, not just speculative hype. Section 2, narrative check. Okay, so the numbers were screaming, but numbers alone aren't enough. Next question, and it's a critical one, is this thing solving a real problem? Not some theoretical, blockchain for the sake of blockchain nonsense, but a tangible, everyday pain point for a significant group of people? In this case, the project had built a one-click bridge for NFT royalties. Now, on paper, NFT royalties bridge sounds about as exciting as watching paint dry. But in practice, it was massive. Think about it from an artist's perspective. They hate getting rugged on fees, losing chunks of their hard-earned royalties to convoluted processes and expensive cross-chain transfers. On the flip side, marketplaces hate losing their best creators because the royalty system is a headache. A tool that could instantly wire royalties across 5 different chains, seamlessly and efficiently, was a game changer. It removed a huge headache for both sides of a rapidly growing industry. I didn't just skim the white paper, I read the lit paper twice, dissecting every sentence. Then, I went full detective mode, stalking the devs on Discord. What did I find? They were shipping weekly. Actual code, actual updates, actual progress. Meanwhile, other hype coins were taking 3 months just to redesign a logo. Shipping velocity, consistent execution, and genuine problem solving, that's the cheapest, most effective form of marketing you can get in this space. It shows dedication and a clear vision beyond just pumping the token. Section 3, the community sniff test. Here's a secret, I completely ignore follow accounts on social media. Their vanity metrics, easily gamed. What I count are replies. Real, organic, thoughtful replies. Their announcement tweet came out, and within 20 minutes, it had 83 comments. Not just any comments, mind you. Every single one came from accounts with profile pictures I'd never seen before, no bots, no engagement farms, just real humans, genuinely excited and asking intelligent questions. That's a huge tell. To really put them to the test, I posted a deliberately noob question. Something like, why not just use OpenSea's new tool for this? The kind of question that usually gets you flamed or ignored. Within minutes, 3 different devs jumped in. Not just with text, but with diagrams, explaining the technical differences, the advantages, and why their solution was superior. They didn't condescend, they educated. When you see builders, the people actively creating and solving problems, outnumbering the moon boys, the ones just yelling when Lambo, you know you're onto something truly special. You're early. You're witnessing the formation of a legitimate community around a legitimate solution, not just a speculative asset. Section 4, Position and Risk. Look, spotting a gem is only half the battle. How you position yourself, and more importantly, how you manage your risk, is everything. Before I even thought about buying, I set 3 ironclad rules for myself. These aren't suggestions, they're non-negotiables for surviving crypto. First, never more than 5% of my net worth in any single speculative asset. Period. Second, ladder in over 2 weeks, don't just dump it all at once. This averages out your entry and smooths out volatility. And third, set a mental stop at -50%. If it dropped that much, I'd re-evaluate, no emotions involved. I split my initial buy into 4 tranches, patiently executing them over those 2 weeks. During that waiting period, I staked the tokens, earning a sweet 30% April. This wasn't just about the yield, it was about locking them away, forcing me to ignore the price fluctuations. Discipline feels incredibly boring when you're doing it. It feels tedious. But trust me, when the market decides to reward it, when the chaos hits, that boring discipline becomes your greatest superpower. It keeps you from making impulsive, emotional decisions that can wipe out your gains. It's about playing the long game, not just the next 5-minute candle. Section 5, the 100x moment then came that random Tuesday. It was 2 a.m. my time, and a Binance listing tweet dropped. My heart pounded, but thanks to my earlier discipline, there was no panic. The price did a dizzying 6x in 40 minutes. 40 minutes. Most people would have sold everything right there, and honestly, who could blame them? But I stuck to my plan. I took my initial capital out at 10x, securing my principal. That left me with house money, essentially, free tokens that had cost me nothing. With that initial investment safely recouped, I let the house money ride. And ride it did, grinding another 15x over the next 6 weeks. That's how we got to the 100x mark. Once it hit, I cashed half of my remaining stash into stablecoins. Why half? Because even if the other half goes to zero tomorrow, I'm still net up life-changing money. It's about securing profits and playing with house money. The real lesson here isn't just get lucky on Binance Day. It's about building a repeatable filter, a robust system, so you're already positioned, already confident, already prepared when luck, or a major exchange listing, finally shows up. It's about being ready to capitalize, not just react. If you're serious about finding your own gems and want to replicate this approach, I've actually turned that exact checklist I screenshotted that night into a simple, 1-page PDF. It's concise, actionable, and ready to use. The link is below, no email wall, no hoops to jump through. Just grab it, and go hunt smarter. Look, crypto Twitter will keep screaming about the next 100x every 15 minutes, 24/7. Let them. 99% of those calls are just casino chips painted gold, pure speculation with no substance. Your job isn't to chase every single one. Your job is to spot the true trifecta, the undeniable volume, the compelling narrative, and the vibrant, authentic community. Size your bets like a grown-up, with discipline and a clear risk management strategy. You don't need to be right 100 times. You only need to be right once, maybe twice, to truly change your financial trajectory. I got my once, now it's time for you to go get yours.